Hello everyone, this is Wise Lopepe speaking. Before we start the episode, I just gotta do another warning. You know what I'm saying? Not even a warning, just another apology actually. And whenever you hear my voice in the beginning of the episode, either a disclaimer or it's a warning. And in this case, it's a warning, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just have to, not a warning, sorry, it's an apology. I just want to apologize, guys. Certain parts of the audio/video, if you're watching on YouTube, audio if you're listening on streaming platforms, the audio is not a proper sound in some parts of the episode. So I just wanted to apologize for that, guys. Normally I could fix this, but in this situation I don't know what happened with the audio, honestly speaking. There's a cracking sound, so we had to use the original video's audio instead of the audios from the mics themselves. So yes, guys, just wanted to apologize for that. I want to apologize for that. This won't happen again next episode. Promise you that next episode is going to be proper audio, no complications. So enjoy the rest of the episode, guys.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to our brand new episode on Beyond the Mic with your host, Mazibuko.
And me, Wise Lopepe.
Yes, sir. So, guys, once again, thank you guys so much for the love and support we do get. We appreciate each and every single one of you. Remember, continue to follow us on the socials. My social at It's Ora.
Mine would be Advise the Boss.
Yes, sir. We there on TikTok, Twitter, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube.
Especially
wherever.
with the Apple Podcast.
Yeah.
Last time I saw 0 listens.
That's
Guys,
crazy.
we're on Apple Podcast.
We
Go
there.
listen.
Why you guys?
Why are you
shy?
hurting us?
Yeah.
Do you
we
not
there.
like us?
But guys, I'm sure you guys are looking, for those of you watching, what's up with this big space here? So guys, we told you we have a guest. You feel me? We're so happy. This is our close friend, and we're just glad he could make it. So guys, can we introduce Kaydin? Yes, sir. Yes,
Uncle
sir.
Clement.
Yes,
What's
sir.
good, everybody?
Yes,
Pleasure
sir.
to be on the podcast.
Of
Looking
course.
Yeah,
forward
of
to having
course.
this Chat.
Of
Get
course,
everything
of course,
started.
of course. Glad Kaydin could make it,
Yeah,
guys.
facts.
Yes. But yeah, guys, you must also just follow Kaydin's Instagram. It's Kaydin one. What is your?
Cade 1 and 32.
And what? Oh, okay, yeah. Just follow Kaydin on IG. Just be closer to the mic. He's a little bit shy. Okay, but shall we get into it?
Yes, sir.
Get straight in.
So guys, today's episode is just gonna be on like what's this thing? Gap year. It's relatable because all three of us are on a gap year this year. And yeah, we just thought we'd get Kaydin here to give us his thoughts on like the gap year, what he's been up to and stuff like that. You get me? So my first question to you, Kaydin, is what have you been up to during your gap year?
I mean, for me personally, since like last year, I started during final exams. I mean, a lot of people know already, but I've been doing YouTube. I've been growing YouTube channels, and then recently I also started like a music, or started working like a music company basically for creators. So that's what I'm up to. Yeah.
No, that's dope. That's dope.
But then, okay, so my question to you, was it a difficulty to create such a music labels slash company? Was it difficult?
Yeah, it took long. I mean, I wanted to start it in, I think it was May already, and we only launched in August. So it took so long to start everything. But at the end of the day, I mean, it takes time to start those things, and once you have all the minimum things set up, like the structure,
Yeah.
then everything's easier
From there. Okay. Because when you told me that you were starting, I was like, oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah, no, it's a dope thing, and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that must be hard to start. But like, how have things been going though? Like,
I mean, at the moment it's a bit slow because like the thing that I'm offering, dog, I'm basically offering people free money if they use your money.
yeah.
So half of the people, they're like, this is a scam. So
Yeah, no,
it's
true.
difficult to reach people, but it will come eventually. You just have to build trust.
I mean, guys, if you're interested, Kaydin is right here.
Hit him up on his IG.
Hit
you know
him
what
up
I'm
on
saying?
his IG.
He'll put you on.
Of
But then
course.
like okay. I'm not trying to say this like with me being greedy or anything, but then what made you be like, okay, majority profits will go to the artists because usually with labels, you know what I'm saying, they need to get a big cut of
Exactly,
this,
yeah.
of the cake. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, I'm not a greedy person, first of all,
Yeah.
and secondly, the whole reason I started this company is because I know, as an artist, as a creator, it's hard making money. I mean, you work so hard every day, you bust your ass off, and then you get cents
Yeah,
on
Sense,
YouTube and
you don't
everyone.
really get the
Yeah.
money
you really want
hoping for.
Yeah, exactly. So my main goal basically is to
Help
help
aspiring musicians.
help them out as much as possible.
I get. So if you're an aspiring musician, check
Pull up
Kaydin
this
out.
side,
You get
especially if you're up and coming.
I
Because this
feel
is a brilliant
definitely
opportunity.
it is.
Kinda.
It is. And but let me ask you a question though. Have you like missed last year? Like, have you missed high school? You can be honest. Have you missed high school?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of factors that I missed from high school. But I mean, in terms of books and the way that they teach you,
Not
not at all.
Because this man didn't like to start.
That's true. But this guy was smart. Too.
But he was.
But this guy was smart, to be fair. I won't lie. But guys,
Yes,
study.
don't be careful.
You were smart.
Let's just say the matric certificate is different.
Well, it's still better than most. I know for a fact it's still better than most people.
That yeah, definitely.
To be fair.
But why? Okay, what aspects of high school do you miss then, other than books, of course?
It's definitely the top one. Is definitely like the social life. I would say just to be able to see your gents every day.
Yeah.
I mean, now everybody's busy with their own thing.
True.
I mean, most people know. You guys probably know yourself. To arrange something with all your friends is a mission. The one guy is across the country. One guy's in CBD. One guy's writing tests. You can't do anything.
Yeah, that's true. No, I'm with you. And then you, what?
What do I miss?
Yeah.
What do I miss high school? No, that's actually. I think the top one. I think, as Kaydin said, like seeing your friends almost every day. That's good. I think because I mean, okay, let me not say the best moments are created during high school. But I think one of the best moments are created during high school.
True.
And I think for me the hard part is, okay, with me I knew who my friends were before we left. So the impact that high school had afterwards didn't really impact me in terms of friendship because I knew who I was
You
with
knew
friends
who
with.
was
Yeah.
close with you.
And when it was time to plan to go out, I knew who I was gonna ask. You know, and whenever you guys were available, we did go. But then, yeah, I think for me it's just the social interaction between me and my friends. But the one thing also that I could say I don't miss is it's probably just like, okay, it's not like our grade was toxic. I thought he was. So
yeah,
that's the toxicity I do not
you
miss.
don't miss. No, I like your guys' answer. For me, yes, definitely the friends, the boys watching this, we miss you. But for me as well, I'd like to think the activities I used to do in high school. Yeah, for sure, I definitely miss those. Cause like for me, doing those activities would usually like make me it would clear my mind in a way, like make me forget about whatever issues I had at home. And doing those activities did bring joy to me. So I do miss those, but as they say, you gotta grow up and move on. You get me?
Thanks.
You have to. But Kaydin, let me ask you a question though. What's this thing? After high school, right? Have you like kept in touch with some people or not really? After high school,
I mean,
This is apart from us.
apart from us, of course.
I mean, like every now and then, like I'll chat to people. But the thing is, like most people, you'll try engage convo with them. Then they'll give you one word answer. So it's like, how do you even continue
How do you
a conversation?
continue?
At that point, I just gave up.
Yeah.
So I speak to the people that speak to me, and then that's about it.
Nah, I'm
Every now and then, someone else will contact me or contact them. But other than that, not so much.
Nah, I'm with you.
But then isn't that kind of similar to what you experienced, Ura?
Yeah, definitely. Because like I forgot like how many episodes ago I've been saying this. But like for me personally, I feel like once again, guys, you gotta know like who your people are. You get me? So like if you just stop reaching out to other people, for instance, just see who's really there for you. And that will show you like if this person was really your friend or not. You get me? That's just me personally. But Kaden, I mean, yeah, just talk to us. What are the advantages and disadvantages of taking a
A gap year,
year?
yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting question. I mean, a lot of people, especially everyone's parents, they look down on gap years. But I mean, if for a lot of people, it's actually a huge advantage, I would say personally. Because I mean, if you take a gap year, it gives you a chance to like find yourself.
Self,
in a way.
yeah.
That's
You
true.
figure out things you interested in. I'm not talking about these people that are at home doing nothing.
Nothing, yeah.
Because I don't know if you're doing that, I don't know what you're doing with your life.
Yeah.
Do something at least,
Do
something you
some.
enjoy.
Come
Why
on,
are you sitting
do
on the
something.
couch doing nothing?
Be active, James. Come on. But yes, continue.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, so the advantages would probably be, like I said, finding your true self.
Yeah.
You figuring out what your interests are, and also just to give your mind a rest. I mean, we've been doing school 12 years, same routine every day. And then that actually links with the disadvantages, because most people that are taking the gap year, I'm sure you know that it's difficult now to manage your time and find that routine. Because me personally, be waking up late some days. Most days I'm waking up 10 o'clock. So that routine's completely broken.
Yeah.
So that would be a disadvantage, I would say.
And then you guys, how?
Advantage. I would say the advantage is no school, as Kaden said. No school.
No fair.
Because like in and around this time I knew at least two people, Owetu and Dan. Kaden, you know, is Ura used to have to see him, but they in a position right now where they're writing exams. And if whenever I text them and even their statuses, you can see how stressed they are. I'm saying. And I think one of the biggest advantages of a gap year is like you don't have to worry about that. You know, you don't have any books to worry about. You know what I'm saying? So, and as Kaden said, finding yourself. But I also think I remember earlier this year I went to Northcliffe to watch a rugby game, and Chidozi was there, and also you remember Nobutle from
Yes.
So she was there to watch with Cole. So when I asked her is she going to school, she said no. And I said, why? What was the reason? She said, honestly, I'm just tired of school, bro. Because it's like, as you said, 12 years, same routine. And it does kind of take a toll on you. And for someone like her, because whenever I used to say, I just think, books, you know what I'm saying? Marks, everything. And then when she's taking a gap year, that's when you know, boy, school really must have made her tired like that. And that low-key kind of made me think a gap year in a different way, because it's like, if you really are just tired of books, you don't even have to be good at books or not, but just school in general, you know, you just need a break. And that time, if your parents are forcing you to go to school the next year, you know, you might take a major or a subject that you don't even like or you're not really interested in, and that may impact your marks. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you're not forced to, but you kind of low-key forced to take something you didn't want to take in the first place. And I think a gap year will really help you just ease your mind, check what, if you want to go to school the year after the gap year, it will give you time during that gap year to see what you actually really want to take, what you like, and hopefully your parents agree with what you want. And then I guess the disadvantage is never come. So guys listening on YouTube, I know watching on YouTube, listening on streaming platforms, never take a gap year without the intention of not trying to make a little bit of money. Because I can tell you now, if your parents are just that kind, they're not gonna give you this thing of monthly expenses or monthly income after high school. It's time to find your feet. And if you don't have guap like that, it's gonna really hate you. Because like I used to tell people, you're the most broke after high school. If not after high school, during college or university, that's when you're the most broke. And you really need to fund your life, essentially. It doesn't even have to be a heavy lifestyle, but you just have to have money. And I'm saying, you can't be broke. So I think that's the biggest disadvantage. If you come into a gap year without the intention of making a little bit of money, it's try for you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
No.
for sure.
I definitely agree with what Kaden and Wise said about like how if you take a gap year, right? Okay, the biggest advantage is obviously no school for sure. Because like, I mean, you don't have to wake up at 7. No, not 7, like before 7. School starts at 7 o'clock, whatever. Waking up tired, now you must go listen to a teacher's voice teaching you something you're not even interested in like that. But it is what it is. But I want to talk about the disadvantage bit about like finding yourself in a way, because guys, you need to understand that part is very important for sure.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you tell your rent that, listen, I'm going to take a gap year, and then when they ask you what do you wanna do during that time, you say I don't know, because then to me you're not being serious at all. Personally, for me, because like at least if you take a gap year, you know what your reason was for taking a gap year, and this is what you're trying to achieve within this year. But now if you have no motive or nothing, you might as well just go to school. That's just me personally. But what I don't like, especially about the older generation, right, is how they really like force us as kids to go to school. And if you don't go to school, I will not support you like that. For me, it's unfair, because I mean, I do hear you when you say school is important, but also it depends on who you're talking to. You get me? Like, for instance, Kaydin right here, as he said earlier in the episode, he doesn't want to go back to school. You get me? He wants to focus on other things that will obviously benefit him in life. At least he's doing something that he loves. You get me? Is it risky? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. But it's something he loves, which is why I feel like we should all like learn to accept us for who we are. You get me? Because you can't force someone to be something they're not. You get me? That's my chat. But how do you feel, Kaydin, after everything I just said?
I mean, one thing that you mentioned about taking risks, like with gap year, or even if you're just in school, because we're so young, right? We basically have nothing to lose if you think about it. So why not take the risk now and do something now while you can before it's too late? Because if you're in your 30s and you have a family to provide for, you can't take that many risks anymore. So take the risks while you can. Try and make a living out of what you love while you can, and take advantage of being young. That's the beauty of being young, I would say.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But I would also go back to with the things that with Kaydin, right? In Kaydin's position, you have shown like what you want to do during your gap year, and if you don't have the intentions of going to school after the gap year, like there's potential there. It's not like literally within this year alone,
achieved
so much, and maybe if we even look back to the last 2 years or 3 with your YouTube channel and stuff, like if you had to take all the subscribers in total with your YouTube channels, that's I think well over 500,000.
It's a lot.
Yeah. So you achieved so much. There's potential there. So it's not like
what you're doing or trying to do is
it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work.
So that's like my advice. Like if you wanna really do if you really see the potential in what you wanna do during the gap year, then as you said, there's nothing to lose, because the work is there. You know, the potential is there. Now it's just time to manifest it into something better.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But do your parents know that you're not trying to? Okay, wait. Before you answer this question, let me first ask you a question. Do you want to go back to school?
No, I don't.
Aiden just said no. Elaborate.
Personally, I don't want to touch school again. I know a lot of people, they're okay with spending, like, what's uni cost? Over 100k.
Over 100k.
Okay, so you paying over 100k. Basically, you get in books and somebody's reading these books for you, dog. These are books that you can get in any library. Personally, for me, if I was to go to uni, I don't want to, but if I was to pursue something, I would personally do like online courses, or even just small courses, because then you can do a little bit of everything and build your skills. That's exactly the same as uni. People think, oh no, I have to go to uni to go get a job. I have family members, they've never been to school, and he taught himself engineering by himself and got a certificate by himself completely on his own. No uni, no money costs, nothing, and then he's successful now. So it is possible there. The belief that you can't succeed or without
going
uni,
to school,
that is so false, especially nowadays. Everything's evolving, everything's changing. Maybe it was the case a few 100 years back, but not anymore.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
No, I'm with you.
And we even spoke about this in
That's education guarantee
Guarantee
success.
success.
Episode 3, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
But how? Let me ask you, Wise. Like,
Ask that.
yeah, do you wanna go back to school?
No. Now I do. Cause like the things now, I've said this before. What I want to pursue in my lifetime is I want to be a video game designer. My plan is get the video game design degree. Work for a big company, learn the ropes of how to do the way they do things, and then save up enough money to create my own development team. It must be independent. I don't want to be under anyone's umbrella. I want to do things my own way. And obviously with that, I also want to explore trading, online trading. By the end of the day, I want to have a good knowledge, and then next year I'm going to actually start properly. So that's what I want to do in my life. So to answer your question, yes, I want to go back to school. But I'll also say, with what I want to do, I really don't have to go to school.
You don't have to.
I really don't have to. Because like you can, as Kaydin says, online courses, you can even watch YouTube videos that help you with game design. And then if you can make a game within 6-9 months, maybe a year, and if the game miraculously pops off, and I'm saying, then there's your breakthrough. Yeah, your breakthrough. And then obviously big companies will recognize you. Maybe they want you to work with them. I'm saying there it is. I'm saying because I'm not dumb to the fact that I don't have to go to school, what I wanna do. But then in this case I don't mind. I don't mind.
I mean, for you as well, there is like some advantages. I mean, if you go in, for instance, when you vie to study your game design, then you meet people that are doing the same thing as you, and then you build connections that will that will be long term. Because most of the time, the people you meet in uni, I mean, you'll build lifelong connections there as well.
Yeah, that's true.
And not only that, also business connections. Because if you're working with all these people doing game design, you might find out, okay, this guy is thinking about the same thing as I'm thinking. Let's do something together.
Yeah. And that's the beauty of game design. Because usually, at least 2 to 3 people have the same concept. It's just time to actually make it into a game. But I guess the only thing about that is if there's not too much ego in the room, then a game can be made smoothly, you know what I'm saying? And then we don't get these trash mechanics that you see in games nowadays, where things don't work properly, graphics looking bad. So yeah, basically.
Yeah, no, I like your guys' answer. Me personally, do I wanna go back to school? Yeah, it's a hard one. It's a hard one, I won't lie, simply because it's not easy for me to say no, I don't wanna go to school, but it's also not easy for me to just say I do. Because the thing is, I think I've mentioned this before, I do wanna become an actor, and the school I'm going into can really help me achieve that goal. My only issue and my only concern about that, like issue, whatever, is the fact that I could potentially be like almost delaying myself. You get me? Almost delaying myself in this, because like I'm not choosing to make that risk and just join an agency, for example, and see what happens. You get me? I'm trying to like almost play it safe in a way. You get me? Even though the school that facilitates and what I want to achieve can really like help me get there. So it is a hard one, because you don't necessarily have to go to school to be an actor, right? Although I'm not saying it's easy to get there, because it's not. It's far from, because there you need, as these guys said, it's a lot to do with talent, a lot to do with connections as well. And I feel like if you struggle with any of those two, you will struggle to like be in that industry. So it is a hard one, but we'll see what happens to Ora 2025. Let's just put it like that. But let me ask you guys a question. Would you guys what would you guys advise the kids do? Like if they were to ask you guys, take a gap year or go to school, what would your guys' answer be? Follow your dreams, man. Follow your dreams, man.
Yeah, I think that's the best answer, honestly, because it's a tough question. It all depends on what you want to do.
Okay, say.
And how you want to get there.
Okay, say it's someone that's trying to like go into a specific industry, like whether just the entertainment industry. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's a difficult because either way, whichever industry you want to get into, you can get into it without going to school or going to school. The only thing I would say is if you're a person that's used to like a schedule and almost being told what to do in a way, then university is definitely the best bet, because I mean, you don't have to think about like time management or what do I need to do next, because they're just telling you everything you need to do. You write in a test next week, then you get your certificate, and then afterwards you go look for a job, whatever. If you're somebody that doesn't like following orders, if you work, but you have to make sure that you also work hard and that you don't give up. Just because something fails once doesn't mean it will fail again. So you need to keep trying. So if you like a determined person like that, and your industry is possible to get into without studying, then take a gap year.
Yeah.
So then what about someone that's trying to start a business like yourself?
If you want to start a business, let's all be honest, gents. Do you have to go to school to start a
That's
business?
a nice question.
That's why I told you this. I said, why would you go to school to study entrepreneurship?
Let me give
That's
you
one of the dumbest reasons to go to UJ. Oh, sorry, not UJ. Oh, sorry. Not UJ, university in
This
general.
guy's got like get us the job.
No, not UJ, sorry. Just uni in general. Why would you go to college uni to study entrepreneurship?
Knowledge.
No, let me give you a question to think about.
Okay.
If you invite to uni, that business teacher is busy preaching you. Is that man running a successful business?
No,
Nobody's teaching you how to.
But he's teaching
No,
you
but
how
does
to.
he have one?
Maybe he has to, I'm sure. Because there's no way.
Not
No,
all of
why?
them have
Let's be
businesses,
honest.
dog. Then he pulls up in his Toyota Corolla, comes and teaches
No,
you.
but
Then it would be better to get experience from someone who has his own business, teaching about how to run a business.
I'm not
Yeah, but
gonna
that's
lie.
not always the case.
It's not always.
Because think about us with business in school.
Yeah.
How much do you remember? Because me personally, I
Only a little
don't
bit.
remember a lot.
Yeah.
And they don't.
I mostly freestyled it, to be fair. Okay, obviously I didn't freestyle. I studied, but like, if you think about it, business is a subject where like it's almost general knowledge. You get me?
Not on the time.
No, it's almost general
Not
knowledge. Because
all
like,
the
come on, you know
That's
how
what we
to
thought, Kau.
wait, but like, you know how to do an interview. Do you not? You should know what questions to ask them. And then when you look at team performance, communication is key. You don't need to be taught that. It's general knowledge.
But in that surface level, you must know more than that, Kau.
Okay, no fair.
I see. The thing with business, dog, is the way that they teach it is you have to basically memorize everything on the page and then write it down on a
Yes.
paper.
I told you, copy
that's
and
no
paste.
practical use. All you're doing is remembering things.
Remembering.
Yeah.
And then what the day after the exam,
You don't
forget.
even know.
Yeah, no, that
Yeah.
was me. I just used the what's this thing, CPF method. I won't
we
lie.
need to make space for the next exam. My brain has limited storage. gents.
So basically, these guys are saying no, don't go to.
No. We said
No,
if it's
if you are
business
studying a
related,
business,
nah,
No,
bro.
I'm saying a kid that wants to start a business. What are you guys telling?
Don't go to school.
don't go
Don't
to
go.
school.
How come, Jade?
Because
My
it's
God.
I'm telling cause okay, I think business courses or business majors in uni, maybe it's just below 100,000, maybe, I'm not too sure. But dog, all that money being wasted to know how to run your own business, how to start, where courses online some courses are free, or if it is paid, it's cheaper than whatever uni is asking you to pay. And there's obviously free videos you can watch online, dog, or you can ask people around, how do you do your thing? I'm saying,
but like, I go ask people around how I start my business and stuff like that. I propose this idea to my mother. Ma, listen, I don't want to go to school. I want to start a business. Do you know what my mom will say? You are crazy in the head. You're crazy.
but then in that type of situation, right?
So then what do I do?
You
Do I
would-
listen to and go to school?
No, but then that's the thing, right? You wouldn't want to go to school. Okay, let's say you go to school and you study business. That's good for her because you're going to school. I'm saying, and you're learning how to start a business. But then you're kind of compromising what you really want to do to make someone else happy.
That's
Because in that case, you're going to uni or college to make your mom happy. In that case, but you're kind of compromising what you really want to do because, as I said, you're gonna pay so much money to know how to start a business. Come on, you have to know. You see, in this day and age, gents, must stop being lazy, cow. You don't need to pay all these fees. Just learn, go search,
online, the internet there, it's free. You know what I'm saying? Go search what you need to search, and then you get your tips there. And as I said, networking, you have to now go out there and now ask people how do they do their thing now. Because now you're gonna ask Kaydin literally said you're gonna learn how to start a business from a professor or a lecturer that doesn't even have a business of their own. Come on, dog.
Yeah, no, I hear you. But do you wanna add more to that, Kaydin?
The only thing I would add is like for those that
Speak
are
into the
the only thing I would add for those that are looking to start a business is like the most important thing I would say is building a network.
Yeah.
And you don't
Definitely.
have to be in school to build a network. There's so many social media platforms. You can go to like meetups. I know in SA, for instance, if you into like art or something, there's meetups where artists come together and then they just have a chat, exchange information. So things like that is important. That's the only thing I would say for businesses. A network is extremely important.
And also, Uraka, my chair is okay. That child, ne, his rents just are just that strict. You go to uni, you learn how to start a business. I didn't go to uni, and I'm also wanna start my own business. Is the trajectory or the speed on our objective, does it get boosted by you going to uni or not, or me not going to uni? Because I feel like the same speed we take into where we want to go is still the same.
Yes, definitely. You also have to take into account, like, when you start a business, right? Even though I have no idea, like, how to start a business, but obviously I can, like, go search and, like, it's easy to do that. You have to take into account, like, what is in demand. You get me?
Yeah.
That's how I feel like your business, like, the main, like objective, you need to figure out, okay, what can I start that no one else has started? If I do start this, who's interested? You get me? Those are basic things we did learn in school and stuff. Like, you need to learn who your target audience is. And the moment you know that, I believe you can start a successful business. You get me? Find your target audience and stuff like that. So I personally don't think you going to school or not going to school determines how far your business can grow. You get me? Because, like, at the end of the day, it's like with business, it's all up here. Who has the best mindset? And whoever has the best mindset will have the best business at the end of the day. Do you guys get that? That's how I look at it personally for me. But let me ask you guys a question. Do you guys low-key think business, this is a little bit off topic, guys, but do you guys think business was useless as a subject in high school?
Let me tell you something.
Okay, let's start with what? Yeah,
to all the grade 8s, grade 9s wanting to choose a subject when you get into grade 10, take business, guys.
That's not easy. Because
it's the easiest subject. Where one can say, as you said, was it useful? Okay, for me, I would say, in terms of it being useful, from a school standpoint, it was useful because I got fresh marks, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
but then, in terms of like real life, I think I like it for the political aspect, you know what I'm saying? Because like because they mix political stuff and business stuff related into the subject. But I would say it gives you a good knowledge on business in general. And if it's business, economics, political things, it will give you a good knowledge. Maybe not the best one, but it will give you a good knowledge on how things are run. So that when you actually start a business, or just like
have some sort of
knowledge,
okay,
or even like real life events in general, you have a little bit of knowledge. So in terms of its usefulness, I would say, it was. Yeah, I would say it was.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, it's useful in the terms of base knowledge, and then also, like, if you're sitting in class, you're learning about business, maybe you get an idea while you're learning there, something pops up.
True.
Exactly.
So and also schools, business was really easy, guys. I mean, that thing was easy. So if you want good marks, have a high score at the end of grade 12, then business, I would definitely say take it.
Okay, for those of you watching, we had to just relocate a little bit
because of Ura.
The sun is getting to me, guys. I'm really struggling. But anyways, what these guys were talking about, basically, I agree with every single thing they said. But like how business, in a way, was sort of useful in high school and stuff. So if you take it if you're interested in it, but also you do need to understand that I don't think you taking business as a subject will necessarily be the reason why you succeed in your business, if you get what I mean. Yeah, it definitely won't. It won't happen, because like as I said, you just need to like now have a proper and like innovative mindset, if you get me. And that's the only way your business can succeed. In a way, you get me.
Definitely.
My final question to Kaydin, right, is Kaydin, dog, do you regret taking a gap year or not really?
No, not really. No, because I mean, for me, I started everything early. So I started all of this like before the end of last year. So
Yes.
so I set myself up for this year already. The only thing that I would say maybe is like social life and stuff has gone down a lot.
Definitely.
Definitely gone down. So I mean, the only thing I would say I would regret is maybe like even just trying like a normal job just for a little bit, to get an idea of how it feels. Yeah, so that would be the only thing. Otherwise, not really. I mean, I work on my own time. Basically, I can learn new things whenever I'd like, and so
Are you going to go back to school though, or
He said no.
or no?
No, I don't plan to.
Okay.
But we never know what happens in the future, because right now I'm technically taking quite a big risk.
Yes.
But like I said earlier, we're young. I'm taking the risk now, so when I can take the risk, basically.
Because like I always like to say, you never know until you try. And then you guys, what are you saying, dog? Do you regret taking a gap year?
I would say.
Or are you going back to school?
Well, for me, okay, because I don't want to speak on too much, because I'm gotta keep a little bit of a secret.
Obviously.
But then I would say my gap year. Okay, let me not say it was a choice, and I'm saying because like some stuff happened at home, so I was kind of forced to take a gap year. So I would say I wouldn't regret it, because for me, I would say my gap year really helps my parents really find time in order for them to help me with schooling, and I'm saying so. I would say the gap year does not only benefit me but also them as well. So, and with me also, I would say it also benefits me in terms of like work experience, because you guys know it best. Like I do work, so I get a little bit of work experience. Through this year, I got a little bit of work experience. Obviously, it's not important, but I made my own money as well. So I would say in terms of regret, I don't think so. Like I don't know. Like when you said Ura, like I don't know why parents will look down on someone taking a gap. Like I just don't see how you can look down on someone taking a gap year.
Like it finds yourself.
Yeah.
Take a gap year. Obviously, we're not talking about the people that just take it just to chill at home, but it really does help you find yourself.
But then to answer your question directly, I don't regret taking one. I don't think anyone should regret if you do take one.
But I think that's probably why the parents take it like so strict on the gap years, because they think that our version of gap year means we're not doing anything, doing parties every day. But for most people, I would say that wouldn't be the case. Like I actually know a lot of people that took gap years. And basically everybody that I know is either working a job or trying to do something at least. So, and
I think our grade was like to what you said. I think our grade a decent amount of people taking gap year.
Really?
Yeah,
Is it a lot?
I don't think it's a lot, but it's more than you'd expect, I would say.
I thought like everyone was excited for uni. I won't lie, uni or college, something. Like our group, I thought everyone was going to go to school, and just like a few of us.
But I would say towards the end of grade 12, it kind of gave us a reality check in whether we should go to uni the next year or not. You know what I'm saying, so that's why I said like more than you would expect took a gap year, I would say. But then the ones that I thought didn't take a gap year are the ones that are actually going to school. So that's an okay surprise.
Life is surprising. Like.
Yeah.
But what's this thing? Final thing I would like to say is that I feel like, for starters, you need to identify who you are as a person. If you feel like whatever it is you're trying to achieve may not need school, I feel like definitely like just take time and think about it, and like try not waste, because like at the end of the day, if you go to school for something you won't do after like school and whatnot, you definitely wasting your time, and that time you could have wasted, you could have been building yourself, building your name in that sense, you get me? But yeah, I think that's it for the episode, guys. Once again, we truly appreciate each and every single one of you that supports us. Once again, special thanks to
Kaydin for pulling.
Yes,
Hopefully, to those guys that are watching, don't be scared, guys. You can be a guest like Kaydin. No need to be scared.
See, how did you find the experience before we ended?
It was good.
It was.
It was a nice convo. Everything's chilled. And we mustn't forget to subscribe to these gens. Follow Insta,
Yes,
Spotify,
Of course.
Apple, as
Music.
Kura said, TikTok, please. Follow us on
TikTok.
but really also with like Apple users, if you use Apple Podcast, gents, it's there. 0 listens. Aye. That's not right.
We everywhere, guys. Come on, show love. Once again, also follow this guy, Kaydin. You feel me? Appreciate this guy. And yeah, hopefully you learned something from him, and you think about what you want to do before you rush into that decision. And don't let anyone force you to doing something you don't want to do.
Yes.
But yeah, love you all, and we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.